How sharp does your game feel compared to what you would say is your best version?
Great. We're winning. So I don't care about nothing else. And when it's my time, you'll know that it's my time.
This was Jimmy Butler on March 16th, sending a message loud and clear. When it's time to flip the switch, he will. No need for hype, no need for noise. Just a calm warning to every Warriors fan and media voice. Playoff Jimmy is real. Fast. Forward a little over a month, and the Warriors have been in the thick of it. 2 games that felt like the postseason, followed by the real deal. And in every one of those moments, Butler hasn't just shown up, he's shown out. He hasn't just been good, he's looked like one of the best players on earth. Yeah, there's been chatter about Jimmy being the Robin to Steph Curry's Batman. Cute narrative. But let's be clear, Jimmy's not a sidekick. He's Batman. 2. And something tells me Steph made sure Charles Barkley and everyone else knows it.
He's not as great as you, but he's a really nice second closer to have on the team, correct?
Jimmy's nice. Don't get that twisted.
Like I said, it's fun for Jimmy Butler to play the Robin role, but let's not get it twisted. This is an all-time great performing at an all-time level. Over the last 3 games, Butler has reminded the world exactly who playoff Jimmy is, and that he's every bit as dominant as ever. And when I say dominant, there's no exaggeration. Here, he's putting up 31 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists per game during that stretch. The only hiccup? He's been uncharacteristically cold at the free throw line, shooting under 70%. But let's be honest, that's not going to last. Every other part of his game, pure superstar stuff. Take his defense, for example. On one possession, he starts by hounding Desmond Bane, then immediately rotates to pick up Jaren Jackson Jr. as Jackson spins into what looks like a clear lane. Guess who's already there? Jimmy. Reading the play like a book, or this moment, he sees a mismatch inside. Edey guarding Curry. As Edey gathers the ball, Jimmy swoops in from behind, strips it clean. That's what makes him special. He's not just a physical defender. He's cerebral. He can match up with wings, guards, bigs. But what sets him apart is his off-ball awareness, much like Draymond Green. These two don't just react, they anticipate. They know when to rotate, when to gamble, and when to trust their instincts. And when Butler and Draymond are in sync defensively, that's a defensive duo with championship-level IQ. It gets downright scary when Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green are locked in. Take this play. Jimmy is blanketing Scottie Pippen Jr. on the right side, so naturally Pippen tries to go left, only to run straight into Draymond Green, already waiting. That's next-level coordination. Then there's the Lakers game. Jimmy starts out guarding LeBron, then Draymond switches onto him. LeBron kicks it to Jackson Hayes in the post, and guess who's already rotated over? Jimmy again, forcing a tough shot and a miss. This is what you get when you pair 2 of the smartest defenders in the game. There's a reason the Warriors have transformed into the NBA's best defense since adding Butler. Just ask the Rockets, they were held to a mere 85 points, including their lowest first-half total of the season. But what's taken this Warriors squad from dangerous to downright elite? One thing, Jimmy Butler has completely changed what this team looks like without Steph Curry on the floor. And that's massive, because for years, even going back to the KD era, the Warriors struggled. In the non-Steph minutes, his gravity, his off-ball movement, his playmaking, it's always been irreplaceable. When he sat, the offense sputtered. That's just been the story for over a decade. But now, with Jimmy in the mix, those minutes are no longer a liability. They're a strength. That shift alone might be the biggest reason Golden State is suddenly one of the hottest teams in the league. When James Harden called himself the system, it raised eyebrows. But with Steph Curry, it's not just talk. He truly is the system. He's the engine, the identity, the GOAT of the Golden State Warriors. So for years, anytime he hit the bench, the drop-off was real, especially in big road games during the playoffs. But that was then. This is a new Warriors team. Now it's not the dreaded non-Steph minutes, it's the solo Jimmy Butler minutes. And when Jimmy's on the floor alone, it doesn't matter who's out there with him. You don't want to be on the other side of that matchup. Just ask Houston. In Game 1, with Steph resting, Jimmy took over. Watch him against Tari Eason. He sizes him up, gives a calculated jab step, then calmly pulls up for the mid-range jumper. Smooth, controlled, lethal. Next possession, it's Alperen Şengün guarding him. Jimmy doesn't force it. He goes baseline, draws Dylan Brooks into help, then fires a pinpoint pass to the corner for an open three. Perfect read, perfect timing. This is why playoff Jimmy is elite. We've seen the defense, we've seen the hustle. He's been a playmaker and shot maker all season, but now he's turned up the scoring dial, and that's the difference. When you take elite defense, mix in high-level playmaking, and add 25 points per game from a locked-in, aggressive Jimmy Butler, you get one of the best basketball players on the planet. Period. What makes his scoring even more special? The patience, the angles. He's not just forcing shots, he's outsmarting defenders. Take this example. Şengün switches onto him, and Jimmy doesn't rush. He reads the floor, waits for his moment, and then goes to work. That's playoff mastery. That's Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler doesn't just score, he manages the moment. Watch this play. He tries to get to his spot on Şengün, but the big man holds his ground. No panic. Jimmy kicks it to Moody, gets it right back, then calmly hits a step-back jumper. Over Alpay. Textbook patience. Then there's the sequence against Klay Thompson. Jimmy backs it out, surveys the floor, and hits him with a buttery smooth pivot, shifting from outside to inside before rising up and burying the shot. It's that calm under pressure precision that defines his game. And when the clock winds down, that's when Jimmy turns ice cold in the best way. Final minute, Houston still hanging on, and Butler gets the switch onto Şengün. At that point, everyone in the arena knows how this ends. That's just not a matchup you want if you're the Rockets. And all this talk about the non-Steph minutes, the numbers are backing it up. With Butler on the floor and Curry resting, the Warriors actually have a +3 net rating, a figure that would rank above the Thunder. That's wild. Now, is Steph Curry holding the team back? Of course not. He's still the heart and soul of the franchise. But what Jimmy brings to those second unit stretches? It's game-changing. He's often up against bench players, and let's be real, there isn't a second unit in the league that can contain an aggressive Jimmy Butler. Heck, there aren't many starting units that can. This is what makes Jimmy's impact so special. We're in an NBA era where a lot of guys can drop 30 on any given night. But Butler isn't just about the numbers. He's about timing. Every decision, every bucket, every defensive rotation, it all feels surgical. Smart steals, clutch scores, perfect reads. That's what he's doing for the Warriors right now, and honestly, words barely do it justice. This isn't just playoff Jimmy. It's masterclass Jimmy. Elite deflections, high-level playmaking, relentless, in-your-face defense. Jimmy Butler isn't just playing well, he's playing like one of the very best players in the world. And the decision to pair him with Steph Curry, some called it risky. Some thought it was a strange fit. But looking at how it's unfolding now, it might go down as the most brilliant accident in recent NBA memory. What's special about Jimmy and Steph isn't just their individual talent, though that alone is impressive. It's the way their games complement each other so naturally. Neither player dominates the ball to a fault. They don't need 15 dribbles to make something happen. They keep the offense moving, they read the floor, and they make the right decisions, not just for themselves, but for their teammates. And that's exactly why guys like Brandon Podziemski and Moses Moody have looked so comfortable in this system. These are young players still developing, still finding their identity in the league, but with Jimmy and Steph on the floor, the game slows down for them. They're no longer being forced to create their own looks or manufacture tough shots. All they have to do is play their role, stay ready, and capitalize on the windows that Jimmy and Steph create for them. And sometimes even that doesn't require much effort. Just look at this play. The Rockets send 2 defenders to trap Jimmy after a screen from Podziemski. Instead of forcing a tough shot or trying to split the defense, Jimmy simply reads the moment, makes the right pass, and Pods slips right to the rim for an uncontested layup. That's basic basketball done beautifully. Or take this possession. Steph draws 2 defenders on the perimeter, something he's done his entire career. But instead of forcing a deep 3 or resetting, he swings the ball to Gary Payton 2. GP2 doesn't hesitate. He makes the extra pass to Jimmy, who's left all alone on the baseline. Wide open, easy finish. That kind of space, that kind of teamwork, it's a luxury in the playoffs. And now, the Warriors are getting it consistently. This version of Golden State is different. It's no longer just Steph or bust. It's not just about waiting for him to catch fire from deep. Now, there's another superstar who can take over in stretches, particularly when Steph is off the floor, and that changes everything. Jimmy brings a toughness, a grit, and a level of control that the Warriors haven't had in years. And when he's locked in, creating plays on both ends of the floor, it doesn't matter whether he's playing with the starters or leading the second unit, he's going to impact the game. And that's what makes this team so dangerous now. They're balanced, they're disciplined, and they're playing for each other. If you're enjoying this kind of in-depth analysis and storytelling, feel free to subscribe and drop a like. It really helps the channel. But most importantly, thanks for hanging out. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next one.